great. This is my 6th year in the league, and this is the first time I've been around a group who, everybody's been in town for a month before training camp, working out, working on us, getting to know each other. Bilal was just touching on some of it. So it's been really cool. Just like it's good to have a fresh start and be somewhere new. And the city's obviously great. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm excited to continue to acclimate myself here, get involved in the community, get to know everybody, and get to the basketball.
Obviously, you had a tough injury. Just how are you feeling, and what do you think the recovery process is going to be like?
I feel great. I've had far worse injuries regarding my feet, so this is one that is nothing to me. It's unfortunate timing of it, obviously, being a couple of days before training camp, but I'm not worried about the recovery process or it being too grueling or anything. So trust our training staff, the people I have around me, trust myself, and I'm excited to get back.
Hello and welcome to DC.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
What do you think about the roster and how much three-point shooting has been added to this team, and specifically the ability that you have and Corey Kispert of moving without the ball and striking quickly with catch and shoots?
Yeah, well, very early on, obviously I've loved getting to know Corey, getting to play alongside of him, guard him, getting to work with him. But we have a lot of, beyond just that, a lot of guards who can, play without the ball and play the right way. Jordan coming from, Golden State, that's a staple in how they've played. Move the ball, play off of it. Even though he's seen as like that kind of ball dominant scorer, that he knows how to play without it. So that's something that you can see, down the line, of our group. Like, we're gonna have a fun group who's able to play that way from top to bottom. So it's gonna be fun. It's been cool to kind of get acclimated on that front for the last month, and obviously going into camp tomorrow. There's more to do on that end.
Hey Landry, welcome to DC.
What's up?
It's hard enough transitioning to a new city, and then your injury obviously was very unfortunate. You mentioned trusting yourself, but how have the team, your teammates, your coaching staff, the front office helped you since you suffered your injury sort of get back on the horse and feel comfortable in a new city in light of that?
Yeah, this was only on Friday, so it's only been a couple of days. And like I said, it's not something that I view as like derailing me or anything. So I know my mind is in a solid space, and I'm not. It'll be I'll miss some preseason, and from there we'll see where I end up. So I'm excited. I'm in a really good spot. Spirits are high. I'm excited for camp tomorrow, even though I'm not going to be participating, but to be there, be involved, be a voice, start learning just like the rest of us, and get it going.
Once you do get back on the court, it's a super deep room on the wing here in DC. What do you foresee your role being?
Whatever my team needs of me. I feel like I'm somebody who can bring something different night in and night out, whatever's needed. Obviously we've all been working on our games this off season, and it's not really about any one individual. It's about all of us collectively. Each of us possesses something a little bit different from one another, and it's how we can all be able to mesh that as best we can night in and night out. So finding my role as quickly as possible, barring the injury, and figuring out what that's going to look like most nights.
Hi, Landry. Over here. You've been on a lot of really good teams with championship aspirations in your career, whether it's Brooklyn, Philly, the Clippers, Phoenix. Now you come to a team like the Wizards, with low expectations. They have the lowest win total expected in terms of Vegas. Is there a freeness around the team? Do you feel a little lighter now that those lofty expectations aren't hanging over everyone's head?
Those expectations, to me, you look at both ends, right? You look at teams every year coming into the season, the team who's supposed to win a championship, because I've been on those teams. Favorites, the worst teams in the league, both ends, the polar ends are very, that's the beauty of our game. That doesn't mean anything on any front. So you could, on paper be the best team in the league and come out and a lot of people thought we should have won a championship last year in Phoenix. We had Kevin Durant. We don't. Like that's our sport. So I'm excited. It's a dangerous group to, you can step in front of a group with nothing to lose, no expectations, nobody thinks you're any good. And that's kind of what we have facing us, and that kind of gets me going a little bit, fires me up. Obviously this is new. Most media days have been questions about how you guys are going to win a championship this year, and this is a little different, but I enjoy and appreciate what that means, and the fact that it's just a dangerous group that you'd have to go out and play every night.
And lastly, in terms of the trade from Phoenix, is that something you were expecting or something that kind of blindsided you?
You get a feel after a certain amount of time in the league, being on a team with championship expectations and not, achieving them, changes are going to be made. I had a feeling. I figured I'd be on the move, didn't know where, but, happy to have landed here, a young group, focused, committed on, development, growing, and I'm excited. I'm just excited to get started.
Hey Landry, you mentioned community and wanting to impact. What is it that you want to do to take that step of being into the community in the DMV area and making sure that people don't just know you for who you are on the floor, but can kind of come up to you and talk to you about things off the floor and have that kind of one-to-one touch that you don't typically see from NBA players?
For sure. I know for me, I'm a big proponent of, mental health, and I don't know, I think there's been a lot of progress made in the last number of years of talking about things, people in my position talking about their own personal experiences, but I still think humans to one another is still a bit of taboo there, and I'm here to just try to be a soundboard to have those kind of harder conversations, especially with kids and young people trying to figure it out. So obviously I'm not super acclimated here, but trying to involve myself in the community as much as possible, get around people, meet people, and hopefully be somebody who is seen for more than just what I do on a basketball court, like you said.
And then on the basketball court, what is that next step for Landry Shamet once you return from this injury healthy? What do you want to do this season to take that next step, knowing that this is a year of, as you mentioned, a team that people might underestimate and can be very dangerous?
Yeah, I think just having confidence in myself and being able to express that. I feel like what I can bring to the table is far beyond what's been shown to this point. I know that I've had a great off season. Body feels great. Basketball wise, I feel great. The things I want to do defensively, what kind of player I want to be seen as, somebody you can put on one of the better perimeter guards night in and night out and guard him. I think that's something I definitely pride myself on and want to be known for. And then just continuing to take advantage of opportunities offensively and just be the player I know I can be.
Last question, Josh.
Landry, through your time with the Clippers, how well did you know Michael Winger, and in what ways did that impact things once you got here?
Yeah, having a prior relationship with your GM makes early conversations easy. So him and I have been able to be pretty transparent, have some good conversations with one another. There's not really the whole get to know you phase anymore either. So that just feels good to step in with a previous relationship with the guy, know him, spend a couple years with him, know his character. He's a great dude. I'm just excited to be working with him again.
People in this city are learning him as much as they're going to be learning you, probably even more so since he operates behind the scenes.
Yep.
You just described this a little bit, but what is he like?
I think more than anything, it's funny. We had a little family function the other day. Invited our families, and we all got to get together before the season. And my mom's here, and she's obviously meeting everyone for the first time. Doesn't know who's who, someone from someone. And we were talking with Mike for quite some time. And we got home, and she was like, "Who was the guy who we were, da da da?" I was like, "Oh, that's our GM. That's Michael Winger." She's like, "That's your GM? Like, he's I would never peg him as like a GM, and whatever that might mean, but he's a very just down to earth, good human. He's a regular person. He's not, you know, I mean, he wants to win. He's competitive. He's committed to obviously the job and the craft and getting us better. But he's he's a person like the rest of us. A really good dude. So I thought that was interesting that she made that comment. And it just kind of speaks to, you know, who he is and how he can relate with other people.
Thanks, Landry.
Cool. Appreciate you guys.